Hello and welcome to another episode of What Travis Says. My name is Travis and let's talk about Doctor Who. More specifically, that the very first reviews of Season 11, Episode 1, The Woman Who Fell to Earth, are in. Now, we as the general public need to wait until Sunday, October 7th to watch the episode, but these reviews were done by a lucky few who got to watch the episode early for reviewing purposes. And the reviews are not 100% amazing. There are definitely more positive reviews than negative reviews, but there are some criticisms. Now, before we get into these reviews, I'm not really going to talk about my own opinions, though keep it in the back of your mind, this is the very first episode of a very new-ish show. There's a lot of new stuff happening, and the show might take a little bit to get its footing. It's happened with previous Doctors, there's no reason why it won't happen with this Doctor. That being said, let's talk about some of the specifics in the reviews. Empire's review was positive, largely citing Chris Chibnall's decisions on the way that he was filming the episode with a large widescreen format, just the stylistic choices in general. The Sun's review was also positive, saying that Jodie Whittaker may have been the breath of fresh air to save a flagging franchise. The Sun goes on to say that Whittaker's Doctor brings back some of the spirit of David Tennant and Matt Smith, though she doesn't quite nail the character as well as they did. A review from the Times said that the best compliment they could pay Whittaker was that after watching the episode, the decision to cast Jodie Whittaker doesn't seem remotely radical. And after 10 minutes of the episode, you forget that her sex was ever even an issue. Though a review for the Radio Times did have some less than amazing things to say about the episode. Most notably, the humor around the Doctor regenerating into this new body, and that this is a less witty, less quotable version of Who than we would have gotten to see under Stephen Moffat. The Telegraph praised Chris Chibnall for slowing the series down and giving a little more accessibility, but there was a definite disconnect between now and the heritage of Doctor Who. And then we have the review by The Guardian, which is honestly my favorite review because it is kind of organic and it's the most human review of any of the reviews that I read. Because The Guardian's review started off kind of unsure about the casting choices, about the episode. The first little bit, there was just a lot of hesitation. But then the review goes on to say that when Whittaker confronts the menace, viewers are left with no doubt that this is the Doctor. She delivers a speech which could have been written for any of her predecessors, and which outlines the very DNA of the show that's kept it running for 55 years. About embracing change, respecting the past, and always trying to do the right thing. The review then ends by saying the woman who fell to earth has very much landed on her feet. I love that review. So, I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I have been very hesitantly hopeful about the new episode, about the new season, about Jodie Whittaker, about the reviews, about the perception of the show, about what everybody's going to think, and I feel a little better about it now. There's not really anything that Doctor Who could do to make me stop watching the show. I've lost interest with shows that I've invested time in, The Walking Dead, most notably, just super bored with that show. And so I quit watching The Walking Dead, but I can't think of a scenario where I would stop watching Doctor Who. The Doctor could regenerate into a green dog, and I'm still gonna watch the show to see what is gonna happen next, which is one of the reasons that I've been optimistically hopeful about this new season. And now, after reading some of these reviews, I feel a little better about it. I feel like this is going to be something that we haven't seen before. The only thing is that disconnect about the heritage of the show, not as many deep cut references or even obvious references or callbacks or characters showing back up, and I'm gonna miss that, but I'm going to give this season a complete chance. I'm not going to be an apologist if it does something that I don't agree with. I'm going to be very honest about my opinions with this season. Every single episode, I'm going to be honest about how I feel about it. I was like that with Peter Capaldi's episodes, and I'm going to be the same way with Jodie Whittaker's episodes. So in the comments down below, let me know how these reviews make you feel. Do they make you feel a little better about the episode, or do you have other worries about the show that weren't really talked about in these reviews? Let me know. But as always, my name is Travis. Thank you for listening to what I have to say, and you will see me tomorrow.